the beautiful thing about Bitcoin is like it has no politics. It just is what it is in its representation across the globe of the people who believe in the same value system, and you can opt out. And that's why I think for me, it's very obvious that young people now think of the American dream very differently. They're not worried about home ownership. They want to become whole coiner. Everyone wants to own one Bitcoin as like the American dream if you're a very young person. And many actually more than that as ways they think about, the popular meme of retiring their bloodline, but they want more Bitcoin that they can share with them, their nuclear family, their children. And that is a more powerful, I think, social signal than, hey, I have this white picketed home in the suburban neighborhood. It doesn't carry the same prestige anymore with young people the way that a whole coiner would, I think, in the future.
The new American dream, which is owning one whole Bitcoin rather than a 30-year mortgage house. I think in the future, I think real estate has already lost its appeal. And many young people are not really into real estate because it's too complicated, not too complicated, but it requires a lot of capital to get in, especially if you are not in the United States and you don't have easy access to loans and debt and, leveraging debt to your own benefits. So many people want to make money in other ways through crypto or whatever. But I do agree that the new American dream or the new dream of young people, not just in America, but in the entire world, is not to own a home, and it's not to get into a 30-year mortgage to own a home somewhere, especially in this day and age where everything is mobile. Like you don't know where you are going to work tomorrow. You can live anywhere you want. You can change your location. You can change your job. You can work from your laptop anywhere, especially if you work online. So with all these different changes that happen to the job market, to a lot of things, I think that owning a home is no longer a good social signal or a flex, if I might say. But owning digital capital, owning one whole Bitcoin is the new dream. If you own one whole Bitcoin, that means you have financial security. That means you have financial sovereignty. And owning one whole Bitcoin might be even more profitable than owning real estate, because if you own a Bitcoin and you borrow against it, you're not going to pay any taxes, will you? And there is no maintenance fees for Bitcoin. There is no insurance. There is nothing. So it costs less to own a Bitcoin, and it's more profitable, and it's going to make you more money. It's going to make you more financially secure than owning a home. And by the way, I know that all these old school people like my parents and Gen Xers and boomers and so on, they think of a home as an asset, but it's not an asset really. It's a liability. Owning a home is a liability because you still have to pay for maintenance, you have to pay for property tax, you have to pay for a lot of things. So what is the assets part in all of this? I don't see it. I don't see it. Owning a home is a liability. Owning Bitcoin is an asset. Bitcoin is an asset. You don't have to pay anything. There are no maintenance fees. There is no insurance. There is no property tax on Bitcoin. There is none. So Bitcoin is an asset, and it's an appreciating asset. It's been performing better than everything else in the past decade, and it will keep outperforming everything in the future because it's based on solid fundamentals, because it's sound money, because it's the only asset in the history of mankind that has a limited supply, a supply that is capped at 21 million. And the demand is rising, the supply is shrinking, and it's not inflating. So that means the price will keep going up. Obviously, it's mathematically certain that Bitcoin will keep going up. 1 plus 1 equals 2. Limited supply, increased demand means price go up. It's simple math, okay? It's simple math. So owning one whole Bitcoin is now a dream because not so many people can still do it. And I think in the future it's going to get harder because Bitcoin is going to keep going up. And it's not, I don't think Bitcoin is going to drop like 80% or 90%. I don't think it's going to, like in 2022, it dropped to $15,000. I don't think Bitcoin is going to go to $15,000 again, ever. So that ship has sailed. In the same way, this Bitcoin at $100 has also sailed. That ship has sailed. You would never see Bitcoin trading for $100. You will probably never see Bitcoin trading for $20,000. So this is your opportunity to buy as many Bitcoin as you can. Maybe you will never own a whole Bitcoin, maybe you will. You have to work on increasing your income. And the more you increase your income, the more Bitcoin you can buy. The more Bitcoin you can buy, the more wealthier you become. And it's like how to say, an upward spiral towards prosperity and building generational wealth, not just for yourself, but for your kids and grandkids. And as the guy said, saving your entire bloodline. So yeah, Bitcoin is the new flex. Bitcoin is the new social signal. If you wanna be perceived as a wealthy person, you don't have to flash cars or real estate. You just have to own the only scarce asset in the history of mankind, and that is Bitcoin. So that's all I have to say in this video. Let me guys know what you think in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel, send this video to a friend or two, and see you in the next one. Take care.